Djay Pro's waveforms not only look amazing, but they give you a visual representation of what's going on in the track. And in this video, I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about the amazing waveforms in Djay Pro. So here we are in Pro mode. And if you see the waveforms up here, they are very big, taking up a strip, almost the whole top portion. And you may be noticing that it looks different than yours, and that's because there are no jog wheels. That's right, you could actually get rid of the jog wheels to increase the size of the waveforms. So look how big these waveforms are right now. And then there's a hidden drop-down menu where you're going to adjust these waveforms. It's really hard to see, but over here where it says 2 and over here where it says 1, it kind of blends in with the waveform, so it's hard to see, but it is there. We press that, and we get this drop-down menu with all of these amazing things we could do. Now, down here, fourth one down is our jog wheels. So look at the screen now, how big the waveforms are. Then if we bring back the jog wheels, they get smaller. Some people are used to DJing with software that's not as jog wheel heavy, such as Tractor and other DJ softwares. So if you don't use the jog wheel, then you can get rid of them. So I'm going to keep them gone for the rest of the video. And you may be asking yourself, how do I scratch or how do I adjust the tracks? These waveforms are active. You could scratch with just the waveform. So let me show you. So you could scratch with just the waveform. You could do anything that the jog wheels do with the waveforms. So don't worry about getting rid of them. Next thing we could do the next thing that may make it look different than your screen is I have high contrast on. So this is with no high contrast. It's kind of dimmer, kind of hard to see in different type of lighting environments. Put on high contrast, it makes it like jet black, and then the waveforms really pop and you can see all the information better. Now, another thing that you can do with these waveforms is you could actually make them vertical. Some people are used to classic mode or used to other softwares where the waveforms are up and down vertical. So you could do that in this software as well. Boom. So now they're vertical, a little bit hard to see because the screen takes up a lot of space, the features down here, your effects and stuff, but I'll get to that in a second. There is a way to make it bigger. Let's keep on going. You could also see what's going on in Neuromix with just the waveforms. So right now it shows the whole track, but now I separated it into vocals and instrumentals. So in Neuromix, if I put it on vocal only, you'll see one side go down. Instrumentals only, you'll see the other side go down. And then you could also bring it all the way up to 4 bands to control every stem. And then if you press one of these stems up here, it is going to isolate that stem. Really cool that you could see it in Neuromix. I find it a little bit confusing, so I just leave it in 1. The last thing you could do here is you could zoom in and zoom out on your waveforms to make it easier to see what's going on. And now I said you could see these waveforms bigger. So right now, over here in the middle, you could choose from the features and the EQs. You could see your music library, you could see the sampler and looper, but if you press the highlighted one again, boom, we have a big view of our waveforms. This is where you're going to see the largest view of your waveforms. So if you really use the waveforms a lot and you are more of a visual DJ and you DJ with visual cues more than you do with audio cues, then this is going to be the biggest screen. You could see the waveforms. With the vertical waveforms, it actually makes sense because it is big enough to use. And we still get EQs and we get some features down here. So that is in Pro mode. I'm just going to show you the other modes really quickly. Classic mode, you may be asking yourself, where is the waveforms? There's no waveforms here. This middle button here brings out our waveforms, and then they're active. You could scratch, you could use the jog wheels if you want, and our waveforms are there. We get the drop-down menu again, but it is more limited than the Pro mode version. We could just separate it into Neuromix tracks. We can't really do anything else besides adjust the contrast. So that is in classic mode. Starter mode, this is for when you're just starting out DJing, and you don't get to see the waveforms at all. And then in the looper and sampler mode, you have no view of your waveforms or jog wheels. But look at what we have here. We have a full sampler, a full looper. If you want to be able to use your waveforms and you like the looper and sampler, I recommend going into Pro mode. you could open up your looper and sampler. Now you have the waveforms, and you have pretty much the same capabilities as looper and sampler mode. So if you're going to use the looper and sampler, stay in Pro mode because you'll have more features at the same time. One deck mode, we get the biggest view of one track. You could adjust the waveforms. You could really see what's going on. 4-deck mode, you could actually see 4 decks waveforms at the same time. Really cool. A little bit harder to see once you open your features, but they are there. Video mode, we do not get to see our waveforms, so just keep that in mind. But you could have your video output playing and then go back into Pro mode, so don't worry about that. Last one is going to be an Automix. We do get a waveform down here. This is an active waveform. You could have Automix playing, and you could scratch with this, and you could adjust it. And if you want to learn more about Djay Pro's amazing Automix, check out this video over here. Thank you.